What's up, everyone? Beau-hindman back with another quick review video. This time I'm taking a look at the next Warhammer 40k video character that I got, McFarlane Toys. Amazing character. If you saw my Space Marine, I just put that video up. I'm just in love with this. Is one of my favorite figures of all time. Really, really cool. They did a bang-up job on these as usual. So what I'm going to do is I'm probably going to pause here, pull this sucker out of the plastic, because we all know how hard it is to get these things out of the plastic sometimes. Some of them just use a bubble wrap that forms around them and it keeps them in there like the Marvel figures, and some of them use these stupid little things that I'm going to mess with here. So let's get this open, then I'll pull the figure out and we'll take a closer look. Okay, so here it is in all of its glory. I have to say, I feel a little bit differently about this one than I do the Space Marine one, which again, I just did the video of it if you saw it on my channel on Sunday. That Space Marine was so heavy. This one is not nearly as heavy, but man, when you take it out, it's just like they did such a bang-up job. McFarlane has always done, in fact, when they came out in the 90s, when they were really getting big in the 90s, and we started collecting those, I remember thinking, and everybody thought at the time, these were fantastic because they have such good paint jobs. They had details and stuff that you didn't see in toys really previously, that I remember at least. Seeing them now, what they're doing now with paints, it's just gotten better and better over the years, and this guy is a perfect example of it. Necron, I believe, are alien skull people or whatever. Hell, I don't know. I never really liked them. I thought their design was kind of goofy. Frankly, it looked a little bit unoriginal. I thought it was kind of a step back for Warhammer. But even having said that, this just as a figure, whether you know the IP or not, I mean, it just is so good. This is probably a first for me to say that I can feel good about this figure not having more of a wash or more details in it, because if you look at the bronze kind of color they've done here, they've added a certain kind of paint quality to it where it's got this nice burnished look to it. It's just so cool, like playing with it, sitting here moving it. The joints are super stiff. It helps that it's made of this kind of rubbery stuff. One guy showed a review. He said he was able to get it in a standing position just on its foot alone. Let's see if we can do that. I think I've got it there. Look at that. Look at that. Again, the Space Marine is so much more impressive to me, but this one feels like a character that is just unique. Even though Warhammer people would know what a Necron is, I personally never knew much about them. I don't like the design that much, but just if that's just sitting on the shelf, I think more people would be more apt to be like, hey, what is that? Because it's kind of the bronze gold look. It has the green eyes. It just has a bit more detail than the Space Marine. The Space Marine was kind of a flat bunch of colors, no real paint treatments on it at all, and I can't stand to see a Space Marine who's supposed to be, the galaxy's greatest warriors being all nice and clean. Here's the weapons you get. I don't like bright green stuff on weapons, and I like it in wrestling. it's good there, but in weapons and like monsters, it always drives me crazy. The eyes are cool, but on a gun or whatever, because you're trying to, the last thing you want to do is have a little light floating around your body so that the enemy can just see a pinpoint. Whatever. It doesn't have to be realistic. This, I have no idea what it is. I think it's a bug. I wonder if it goes on their bodies somewhere. Like it sits. It doesn't have a place to attach it, so I guess not. I wonder if it a little spy or something. Hell, I don't know. It comes with this little stand that, as I showed with the Space Marine, it's a decent little stand. I like that it says Warhammer on it. You could probably use this for a Titan or another model, and then you have a nice printed stand. It fits into the foot, which is fine, but as you can see, which is almost always the problem, you don't quite fit both feet on it unless you squeeze them together, which actually that works well for this one. For the Space Marine, it didn't work as well because the Space Marine has a wider stance. That's actually pretty handy. I don't know why they just didn't make it a little longer and rectangular maybe. Then you could put them in more, like you can't even go that far, but still, it's nice to have. Great to see that it has a stand. Fantastic looking figure. It's pretty darn tight, these joints. But I tend to like to put my characters on the shelf just kind of like that, looking cool. I don't load them up with weapons or anything like that. It's just fantastic. I'm as impressed with this as I am with the Space Marine, but the Space Marine just feels a bit more like a toy. If you were a kid, you'd be like, this is so cool. It has a weight to it. Just look at the details. Great figure. Pick one of these up. I would buy them both at least. And I have to say, now that I'm seeing what McFarlane has done with the Warhammer toys, I'll probably buy all of them. And they're coming out slowly, so you can actually afford them without, you know, having to spend $200 for all 5 or whatever at a time. So have a good day, everybody. I'll see you next week.